Dear student friends, in real analysis we are studying metric spaces. In the first chapter we have studied definition of metric space, examples of metric spaces and how to define limit in a metric space that we have studied. And now in the second chapter we will study continuous functions on metric spaces. To save the time I have written a few definitions here and result. So we will try to understand these results and definition and results. The first definition is of open ball. It is defined as let M and rho be a metric space. If A is a point in M and R is greater than 0, then B of A and R is defined to be the set of all points in M whose distance to A or distance from A is less than R. Or in brief, that is B of A and R, which is called open ball of radius R about A, is equal to those points X in M such that the distance between X and A is less than R. So this is the meaning of open ball, and we call this notation B of A and R as open ball of radius R about A. So what is the meaning? It is constructed about A, means A is the center and R is the radius. So therefore the meaning of this open ball will be, say suppose this A is the center and suppose this is the radius R. So those points which are within distance R from A will be in this open ball. Or see, it is in two dimension. We will be considering a particular example. So this is the center and this is the radius, and this is the open ball. Those points inside this are within distance less than R, or whose distance to A is less than R, distance from A is less than R, will be in this open ball, B of A and R. And it is a open ball about A of radius R. So that is the meaning, and this is important concept in this second chapter. We have to define further in this second chapter. We will have to study continuous function, how continuity is defined in metric spaces, and then we are going to study open set and closed sets. So first we will consider examples of open balls. And now we will take in M is equal to R1, that is real numbers with usual metric, with absolute value metric. We have studied this example earlier. R1 is a metric space with absolute value metric. Then what will be exactly the meaning of this same? We will consider open ball of radius A around radius R around A is equal to, and it is X belongs to M is here R1, such that rho of X and A. What is rho in absolute value metric? We have studied it is absolute difference of X and A. That is such that distance between, rho means distance, and distance is defined in different way in different metric spaces. In R1 distance is defined in terms of this absolute difference. So absolute difference of X and A is less than R. So this is the meaning. Only what changes is this rho. In R1 the rho is absolute value metric, and that is absolute value of X minus A is less than R. So what this implies further? That means those points X belongs to R1 such that, and we know the meaning of this, distance of X from A is less than R. So that means if you expand it, then it will be A minus R less than X less than A plus R is the meaning of this inequality. Or that can be considered diagrammatically like this. So this is A, is the center, and radius is R. Only we are considering real line R1, and radius is R means R distance on either side, and if this distance is R, then this point will be A plus R, and if this distance is R, on the left side the point is A minus R. So and therefore the point X will lie within A minus R and A plus R interval. So in this interval, or this is simply the open interval A minus R to A plus R. So this is the meaning of open ball in R1. Open ball in R1 is an open interval. So that is our first example for open ball. Now we will consider the second example. So this is the definition to be remembered is open ball of radius R about A is this one. B of AR is equal to A and R is equal to X belongs to M such that rho of X and A is less than R. Now as a second example we consider say M is equal to R2. The open ball of radius 1. For example, we will consider R is here 1 we will consider, and if you have a particular point here, suppose here also the center is 0 and radius is 1, then what will be B of 0, 1? B of 0, 1 will be the open interval around 0 of radius 1, and that is simply minus 1 to plus 1. So that is the meaning of open ball around 0 of radius 1, minus 1 to plus 1. 0 will be the center and radius is 1 means here is the point. And n points will not be in the open interval. That is important. It is strictly less than 1. So therefore 1 is not in the interval and minus 1 is also not in the open ball B of 0 and 1. Now we will consider M is R2, the open ball of radius 1 about the origin. Origin O having coordinates 0, 0 is open ball around origin O of radius 1, around origin radius 1, and that is now here X belongs to M, but we are considering R2, therefore that must be order pair. Here it is only X, but here we have to consider order pair means XY belongs to R2, 2 dimension, such that the distance between this XY and origin is less than 1. The radius is 1, such that rho of XY and origin, the coordinates we are denoting like this, is less than 1. So this is the open ball around origin of radius 1. So what it will represent further? So this means those points in R2, X and Y belongs to R2, such that what is distance between XY and 0, 0? So distance of a point XY from origin is, we know, under root of x square by distance formula, x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square, which is simply root of x square plus y square, and that is less than 1. But we can square on both sides, and this gives the condition as x square plus y square is less than 1. It is the same. Square in both sides. Square of 1 is 1. And what this represents, x square plus y square is less than 1. We know x square plus y square is equal to 1 is a circle, and therefore actually this represents a circle. Circle having center at origin and radius is 1. So this is origin and the radius of this circle is 1. This is the open ball B of radius 1 around origin. and all those points, so axis will be passing through this origin, and those points which lie inside this circle will be in the open wall, and that means these points, all these points will be in the circle, in the open wall, or that is actually interior of the circle. X square plus y square is equal to 1. Interior, not the circumference of the circle, because on the circumference of the circle, what is the distance of this point and the origin is exactly 1, and that points are not there. It is not less than or equal to 1, it is strictly less than 1. So these points which are within the distance 1 means less than 1. So origin is always a point in the open wall, and here center is always in a point in the open wall, and those points which are within less than distance 1 will be in this open wall. Now the next we will consider as, next example we will have in 3 dimension. In M is equal to R3. The same example we will consider, and you see it is not necessary that the origin is always the center. Any point, any other point may be the center, and any radius may be there, but the meaning will remain the same. So if we, M is R3, for simplicity we are considering again the open wall. The open wall of radius 1 may be changed. Radius R may be any real number, radius 1 about the origin again. Here origin will have the coordinates 0, 0, 0 is, and this open wall will have the same notation, but the meaning will be different in different metric spaces, because the points are different. Here 2 dimension, earlier we have considered real line, single dimension, and here 3 dimension means the points will be x, y, z, R3, and this belongs to R3, such that rho of the distance between x, y, z and origin 0, 0, 0 is less than 1, such that rho of, or I will write here, such that rho of x, y, z and origin is less than 1. So this is the open wall. Now what we are, this will represent, again this is equal to, this will be x, y, z. See, the coordinates can be denoted by parenthesis, simple parenthesis like this, x, y, z, or x, y, z. The author used this notation. So x, y, z belongs to R3, such that, now what is the distance between origin and the point x, y, z? By distance formula, again it is extension to this formula, under root of x square plus y square plus z square, and this is less than 1, and after squaring it becomes x square plus y square plus z square is strictly less than 1. And again we know what this represents. This means if you consider equal, then that will represent a sphere. The equation x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 1 is a sphere, and this equation represents a circle. It is in 2 dimension, and now this is 3 dimension, so it will represent a sphere. So to make it, and the center is again the origin. So to make it distinguished from earlier, we may show like this is the sphere, and the radius is 1. So this is the open wall in 3 dimension. This is the open wall in 3 dimension. Of radius 1 around the origin. So thus this is example, or this can be considered as interior of the sphere. X square plus y square plus z square is equal to 1. So this is our third example of open ball. So that's why it is generally called open ball, not a set. In one dimension it is interval, in two dimension it is a disc. Disc of radius r, here we have considered it as 1, and in three dimension it will be a sphere, open sphere. But the points on the sphere, on the circumference of, or on the surface of the sphere, will not be in this open ball, because the points will be exactly at distance 1, and here we have the distance is strictly less than 1. So interior points of this sphere will be the points in the open ball of radius 1 about the origin. So that's why the word ball is used here, open ball. Maybe circle, maybe sphere, etc., and maybe open interval, depends on the metric space, which metric space we have considered, either R1, R2 or R3. One more example we will consider is let M is equal to the closed interval 0 and 1, the closed interval 0 to 1, and this is a subset of R1 with usual metric, with absolute metric, absolute value metric. Then we will see what is the open ball. Then the open ball, we will have the open ball of say radius half and center 1/4. See, B of A comma R, how to write B, center is written first and then radius is written. So we may interchange also, where we may consider half as center, 1/4 as radius anyway, but the center is written first and then the radius is written. Now what will be this open ball? 1/4 of radius half. So those points x belongs to M, means this open interval, closed interval. It is the closed interval 0, 1, such that the distance between, of x and center, that is 1/4, is less than radius, such that rho of x and center is 1/4. So this is the definition of open ball. See, it is to be remembered that we have open ball of radius r around A is x belongs to M, such that rho of x and A is less than r. So the same thing we have written, rho of x and A. A here is 1/4, r here is 1/2. And what does it mean? So this means x belongs to the closed interval 0, 1, such that, and this means rho of x and 1/4 means mod of absolute value metric difference, absolute difference of x minus 1/4 is less than half, or this is x again belong to the closed interval 0, 1, such that, and this inequality can be written as, say we have minus 1/4 and this is minus half is less than A plus R, that is A is here 1/4, 1/4 minus half, such that 1/4 minus half is less than x, is less than 1/4 plus half. X is to be placed between 1/4 difference and addition of these two numbers, so it is to be remembered. And what thus this further implies, this is x belongs to the interval 0 and 1, such that this is take the LCM as 4, so 1 minus 2, that is minus 1/4. Minus 1/4 is less than x is less than, and this is 3/4. Now what is the meaning of this? X must belong to the interval 0 and 1, and x must also belong to in this interval minus 1/4 less than x is less than 3/4. Actually the intersection of this, and see if you consider the figure, then this will be, suppose 0 is this point and 1 is this point. 0 to 1 is the metric space. And then we have this interval 3 by 4. Minus 1 by 4 is less than x is less than 3 by 4. And minus 1 by 4, let us suppose this distance is minus 1 by 4. This is 1 by 4, so the point is minus 1 by 4. And this will be plus 1 by 4. So on this side. And this will be half. Half also we have to consider. And what about 3 by 4? So here it will be 3 by 4. 3 times 1 by 4. So this is half. And thus we have shown 1 by 4 also and 3 by 4. Now what is the intersection of these two? Minus 1 by 4, 3 by 4 and 0 and 1. Obviously this minus 1 by 4 and 0 and 1. The intersection means common points. Common points in this will be 0 and 3 by 4. So thus this set is exactly the interval. This end is closed. 0 is there in this open ball. 0 is there in this open ball, but 3 by 4 is not in this open ball because x is strictly less than 3 by 4. 0 is there because 0 lies in between this interval. And so we denote such intervals as semi-open or semi-closed interval 0, 3 by 4. Or actually this will mean 0 is less than or equal to 0 is less than or equal to x is less than 3 by 4. This is the meaning of the open ball. Open ball in M. Since the points on the left of 0 is not in M. We have to consider those points in M only, those values of x in 0 to 1 only, satisfying this condition. Both the conditions must be satisfied, so we have to take the intersection. Common points between 0 and 1 and common points between minus 1 by 4 and 3 by 4. So these are the common points which satisfy both the conditions. And therefore, this is the open ball here. So thus the open ball depends on the metric space and how the metric is defined. M and rho, both, it depends on both. So these are a few examples. We have one more example of open ball we will consider, that is discrete metric space. Let M is equal to RD, the discrete metric space. And further, let us consider A belongs to R. A belongs to M. Let A belongs to M. What is a discrete metric space? We have studied earlier. It is simple but important to remember. In discrete metric spaces, the metric is denoted by D instead of rho. So we have D of x and y, if x, y belongs to M. And it has two possibilities. It is 0 if x is equal to y, and 1 if x is not equal to y. Simple. If x is equal to y, it is 0, and that means distance to itself is 0 and distance to any other point is fixed to be 1. So in this sense, so you should remember what is the d of 1 and 1, that is 0, and but what is the d of say 2 and 5? D of 2 and 5 is 1, not 3, by the definition of discrete metric space, if you are considering matrix. So that's why the matrix are important for different spaces. And here for this discrete metric space, it is by definition only two distances we have to consider, either 0 or 1. 0 when points are equal, 1 when points are different. So d of 2 and 5 is 1, d of say any other number, say 3 and 11 is also 1, etc. That is the meaning. So therefore here if A is in M, what about the open ball of radius 1? Open ball of radius 1 around A. And open ball of radius 1 around A. So that means those points whose distance from A is less than 1. And there is no point whose distance from A is less than 1, because there are only two distances. And no point means that this must be only A. So that is if A is the center here, say, and radius is 1. This radius is 1. Then all other points are placed at exactly one distance. Distinct points are placed at exactly one distance, means on the circumference of this circle, you may see. And there is no point inside this ball, open ball of radius 1 around A. And there are no point except A. A is always there. So center is always there in open ball, and only center lies in this open ball. And on the other hand, what will be B of A and 2? All points will be there, because if you increase the radius, instead of 1, the radius is now 2. Then all these points distinct from A will be in this open ball. So therefore this is whole of R. All points will be if you increase the radius, because all distinct points are placed at one distance. So here 5 is there. If you consider this as A and 2, A and 3. If A is 1, then 1 and 2, 1 and 3 all will be having the radius 1, and therefore they will be less than 2. The radius 1 is less than 2, and if here the radius is 2. So all those points on this circumference are distinct, and they will lie in this open ball. So this is whole of R. So this is what we have to note about discrete metric space. If it has radius, open ball has radius 1, then only the center is in it. And if it has radius greater than 1, 1.5, etc., then all points will be in the open ball. So these are some examples of open ball, which is an important concept, and we have to understand it. Because using this open ball, we are going to define open set, closed set, etc. Now the next part in this is we have to consider continuous functions on metric spaces. And I have written the definition here. Only we shall understand the meaning of this, and how the earlier definitions are rewritten in terms of metric spaces. So what is definition of continuous function? A function, now we are considering a function from one metric space to another metric space. And here the metric space is M1 row 1, another metric space is M2 row 2. Be a function. This function is continuous at A. A is in the domain. If this is the usual definition of continuity. If limit of fx as x tends to A is equal to f of A, then the function is said to be continuous. We have studied earlier at the basic definition of continuity in 12th standard. And that means the limit and the function's value are equal, then the function is said to be continuous. So this is the definition of continuous, same in metric space. Instead of f belongs to the domain, we have considered A belongs to the domain, we have considered A belongs to first metric space here M1. Now it has the following consequences of continuous function, or the same condition can be written in different words or different conditions which are equivalent, which have the same meaning. It is written as a theorem, but we are not going to prove, we have to only understand the statement. The function f is continuous at A belongs to M1 if and only if, strong condition, if and only if two-way condition, any one and hence all of the following condition holds. If one holds, second holds, third holds, because these are equivalent. These conditions are equivalent. A implies B, B implies C, and then C also implies A. Means all holds at a time. If one holds, all holds, and if one does not hold, all any remaining will not hold. That is the meaning. So see, this is expressed. This is only the basic definition, and this definition is expressed in three forms: A, B, and C. Limit of fx as x tends limit of f of x as x tends to a is equal to f of a. Given the function is from one metric space. This is m1 with row 1 metric, and this is m2 with row 2 metric space. m2 row 2 metric space, and x is a point here, and image, the function is f. Its image will be f of x, and when we say this f of x is continuous at point A, if x, whenever x approaches A, f of x will approach to f of A, then the function is said to be continuous, or the image of A will be f of A. And now the meaning is, when we say we consider limit of f of x as x tends to A, we consider the difference between fx and fa. Here also we have considered as x approaches A, the distance of these two becomes less and less, or distance of this means row 1. Here the metric is row 1, and whenever the distance of this is less than delta, the distance of fx and fa is less than epsilon. That is the definition, earlier original definition of limit of a function. And the same definition we have written as whenever the distance between x and a is less than delta, means row 1 of x and a is less than delta, we have the distance between f of x and f of a, that means row 2 of fx and fa is less than epsilon. This is written. Given epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta such that row 2 of fx and fa is less than delta, within distance delta, epsilon is less than delta whenever the distance between x and a in terms of this metric row 1 of x and a is less than delta. So that is the meaning of first statement. And the second statement is the inverse image of f of any open ball B of about f of a of radius epsilon contains an open ball B about a of radius delta. So this means if you consider this as f of a point, again it can be considered in another figure. So f of a is a point in this. It is image of a. And if you have open ball around f of a of radius epsilon, this is epsilon. Center is f of a, and the radius is epsilon. So this is the open ball, and this inverse image will be on this domain, and its inverse image will be an open ball around a of radius delta. So it will contain, or if you consider exactly the inverse image like this, then that inverse image will contain this open ball. So this is around f of a of radius epsilon on m2. This is in m2, and its inverse image will fall in m1, and that inverse image will contain the open ball of radius delta about a. So this is it has the same meaning as whenever f of x is within this distance, epsilon distance from f of a, then x is within delta distance from a. That is the same meaning. Same meaning of this a statement and b statement is the same. It is written in terms of row 1, row 2. It is written in terms of ball, and ball is also defined in terms of distance. So distance between fx and fa is less than epsilon. Distance between x and a is less than delta is the meaning of this statement. And third is whenever xn is a sequence of points in m1. Xn is a sequence of points in m1, and that converges to a, then the sequence f of xn converges to f of a. So suppose this is the sequence xn having points x1, x2, etc. and this converges to a xn as n tends to infinity, it converges to a. x1, x2, xn converges to a, and the images will be f of x1, f of x2, and that must converge to f of a. That is the mean. So when xn converges to a, this implies f of xn converges to f of a. Is the condition for continuity of a function. If a sequence converges to a, its image, the sequence of its images f of xn also converges to a. So thus this is the theorem which states different forms of continuous function, or different conditions of continuous functions which are equivalent. Though the conditions are different, they are exactly equivalent, they mean exactly the same thing. That is, limit of fx as x tends to a is equal to f of a. So this is to be remembered and to be understood. And what are the remaining points are that about results of algebra of continuous function actually we have. So a function again, if f and g, f is from metric space m1 to m2 and g is from metric space m2 to m3, both are continuous, then their composition g not f is a function from m1 to m3 is also continuous. This we have studied earlier. Same result holds in metric spaces also. So this is another result to be remembered. Composition of two continuous function is continuous. And next, if this is the next result, and next result further can be considered as if f is a function from metric space m1 to m2 and f and g are continuous at a belongs to m1. Both functions are continuous at a belongs to m1, then their sum, that is f plus g, we have studied this in earlier 12th standard itself, then their sum, their difference, their product, and if g of a is not 0, then their quotient also are continuous function at a belongs to m1. So that means in simple words, the sum of sum, difference, product and quotient, whenever the quotient denominator is not 0, of two continuous function is continuous. And one more thing we have to consider is continuity on m1. Actually, when we say a function f is continuous, see if f is from m1 to m2, f is continuous on m1 if it is continuous at every point of m1, then we say f is continuous on m1. So that is simple meaning. If this is a particular point, a belongs to m1. This definition is for f is continuous at a belongs to m1. If f is continuous at every point of m1, then we say f is continuous on whole of m1. That is the meaning. And again, if f is continuous on whole of f and g are continuous on whole of m1, then their sum, their difference, their product and their quotient is also continuous on whole of metric space m1. So these are some conditions or results of continuous functions that we have studied already and that are stated in metric spaces. What is different here is the meaning of continuous function is defined in a metric space, and it has these equivalent meaning. So the remaining part we will continue in next lecture. Thank you.